Hey, it's me again. Today's date is Good Friday, April 7th, 2023. And things keep happening. Just when I made a video yesterday, more stuff comes out. So I'm going to condense it all into a video today. And it makes for a better quality video, in my opinion, if I have a little bit more stuff to touch on. As we know, and in my last video on April 1st, there was the release of the FOIA, or Freedom of Information Act, Foxtrot, Oscar, India Alpha. There's a FOIA release from Howard where he requested information leading up to the halt, and the SEC provided him with some emails. And if you're not familiar with that, check out that video. It shows that FINRA and the SEC had been investigating MMTLP trading. They cite in November of 2021 emails, they cite the issuers, plural. So we believe that to be the market makers who were responsible for MMTLP trading. FINRA knew about that. SEC knew about that. And then leading up to the U3 halt, there was blue sheets. And then they had meetings right after Sam Jaddy said, hey, I'm pulling the blue sheets on both MMTLP and MMAT. Shortly thereafter, there's a call of a meeting. What did those blue sheets say? Were those blue sheets sent? So I sent in a FOIA request and I said, hey, I'd like to see the blue sheets. And I referenced this FOIA request here from Howard, that number. And then I showed the email and I said, and I circled it and I said, hey, I would like to see these particular blue sheets that were sent from Sam Girardi at FINRA to the SEC. The person at the SEC's name was redacted. All people in those emails who were on the SEC side, their names are redacted. And with FOIAs, as Richard Hoffman points out, you have to be specific. Mr. Birdlady actually was talking about that because he worked with FOIAs too. Not in the submitting side, but in the information gathering side. He actually did some FOIAs. And in regards to that, it helps to be specific because if they're not specific, it can take longer because they're not sure what you want. And they could go through a bunch of data to try and find what you need. But if you're specific and you reference specific things, they'll get you your information quicker. So, as Richard Hoffman points out, it helps to be specific. I want to get Mr. Birdlady on here. He's a bit shy to get on the channel. I'm like, look, I'll cover you up. Just talk about the FOIAs and how they work and time-wise and your experience with them. So I got a response back from the SEC about a day after I submitted my FOIA saying that it's been assigned to a caseworker. Here's my reference number, and you should get a response by May 17th. If we can get you your information, you'll get it by May 17th. Great. Otherwise, here's a number to call and your liaison to call. Perfect. So go check out Richard's video if you haven't yet and you're interested in submitting a FOIA. Not long after that, a investigative journalist by the name of James O'Keefe started tweeting about MMTLP. And he had quite a few tweets in regard to MMTLP. And it seems like he's investigating this. And then he retweeted a Twitter space, which got lots and lots of people. I haven't seen a Twitter space that full since pre-halt, when MMTLP was high in price. At the time MMTLP was high in price, pre-halt, like $10. That's about the level of people. So it was interesting to see all those people come in the space. Why aren't I in Twitter spaces? Well, I have my own platform called YouTube. And if people want to talk to me, they know where to find me. Other people can have Twitter spaces. I don't want to encroach on their space, right? Also, there's the constraint of time on Twitter space, right? So I only have so much time in a day between YouTube, Twitter space, my job, the farm. Some things got to go, right? There's only so much time for so many things. Some things got to go. So people over the weekend, between the FOIA emails and then James O'Keefe tweeting about this, got very excited. I got very excited. The sentiment was very high. You could feel it. And here's a part where I talked about earlier. However, information came to light, and out of respect of the parties involved, I omitted this information here. But what I am allowed to tell you is that they are diligently working on the case. It's Pete Sessions, and he's with the 17th Congressional District of Texas. I'll pull it up here. Here's his territory. He goes from basically McGregor, Texas to Waco, eastward past Mejia. He goes, to, it looks like Huntsville on I-45 there at the big statue of Sam Houston looking at you. Maybe, and it just stops north of College Station. So great job, Pete Sessions. If he was in my district, I would vote for him. That's for sure. He would have my vote if he was in my district. The representative in my district is not on this committee, sadly. He's more or less on he's on military committees. But great job, Pete Sessions. I should write him a letter, be like, thank you. Can you talk to my representative for me, please? The 17th Congressional District of Texas also goes up to West Texas. And West Texas, the township of West is not to be confused with West Texas like El Paso, Big Bend, Hudspeth County. West Texas was known in 2013 for the fertilizer plant explosion. It's also where all the Czech people live. Well, I used to go there often in West because the Czech people were there. I could practice my Czech with the old people. And you have some baked goods there. And I like Slovačaks because the sausage is pretty good and the bathrooms are nice. Truck stop, had a truck drive through it not long ago. I was never impressed with Czech stop. I like Slovačaks. But if you want some Czech stuff, go to Slovačaks. They used to have a lot more Czech stuff there. And I remember once when my grandmother came, before she passed away, she actually came here. And I took her to Slovačaks, and she saw the Czech stuff. And she's like, oh, what a beautiful store. Which, if you know my grandmother, yes, it's a beautiful store. Okay, guys, that's it for today. In the previous video I did, which was yesterday, which I didn't release because this new information came out, I stated that when I get my response, step one is going to see what they give me. Because that's how I go. What are they going to give me my FOIA response? One, are they going to give me anything? Two, if they give me the blue sheets, what's going to be on that blue sheets? Is it going to be everything? Is it going to be some things? We'll see what they give me. But whatever they give me, I'll make a show about it. And depending on what they give me, I'm definitely going to go over it. Possibly me and Tony are going to work on it. We'll see. Okay, guys, I will see you soon. Goodbye.